The passageways were dark and claustrophobic. The air damp and thick. It felt like nobody had been here in 3,000 years. But they knew that wasn't true. The pyramids in Egypt were famous for being ransacked and looted throughout time. Even the pharaohs knew this was a likelihood. They had devised booby traps and secret chambers to try and conceal their most precious valuables. They moved through the passageway, the glow from their torches the only source of illumination. Do we really need to be here for this? I can think of at least a dozen better uses of my time. Cleaning my gun, filling out incident reports, getting a haircut. From what they've said, the anomaly is just a bit further down this passage. Look, if it wasn't important, I'm sure Luke wouldn't have called us in. I don't know. Luke seems a bit different since he lost his father. Something doesn't feel right there. That's a concern for another day. For now, cats.
Welcome back. Today I bring you SCP-531, paired brass guard cats. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on the notification.
Ah!
What? Whoa. Wait, who are you? Where am I?
You're in raid? I'm Zargala. Yeah, I'm the Zargala. Who are you?
Lucius. What is this?
Seriously? You don't know? Have you been living under a rock? Sheesh. Okay, come on, let me show you.
Raid is one of the best mobile games ever, but today we're gonna have a peek at one of the underdogs, the orcs. Have a look at my links below and download it to your PC or mobile phone. Yeah, we know, orcs are always the bad guys. Everyone's got a bad opinion about them. But is it justified? I mean, look at Zargala here. Does she seem all that bad to you? Moving along. They are nomadic, having lost their lands. They've joined the Elf Queen, Eva, in a bid to survive. However, her intentions aren't clear. This could be a huge mistake. But you're gonna have to find that out for yourself. Check out the campaign. Zargala agrees. Right, Zargala? I mean, check these champions out. If you don't fancy Zargala, there's plenty of other orcs to choose from. No offense, Zargala.
Death to the Lucius.
What was that?
Death to all enemies.
Right. Anyway, have a look at this now. One of the best parts is the vast assortment of champions you can wield. You aren't restricted to one faction or type of character. You can literally collect as many champions as you want. And the upgrade paths are fantastic. Zargala, any updates?
Of course. The new Guardian Ring has just been released. It grants you more possibilities and ways to use your Guardian. If that doesn't whet your appetite, come December, one of the most eagerly awaited features will be upon us.
Can't wait. It's time. Download it from the description or the QR code in the corner. If you do, I'll grant you an epic hero, Chonaru. Not only that, but 200,000 silver, 1 XP boost, 1 energy refill, and an ancient shard. In case you don't know, that's very, very good.
I'm better.
It's only available for the next 30 days, and it'll be waiting in your inbox. Get in now and find me, Professor Lucius.
Professor Lucius.
Did you say something?
No, not at all. See you in raid.
Play Raid Shadow Legends for free now.
They rounded the passage. Up ahead in the distance, about 15 meters away, was the door to what they suspected was the Pharaoh's tomb. The men in front of them had stopped though, about 5 meters from the door. What is it? Why have we stopped? Luke turned to face them.
It is as I told you, Sayyid. The cats, they watch us and guard the Pharaoh's sleep. We cannot go further.
Let me have a look. Kloss approached the tomb. On either side, nestled into alcoves, were brass cat statues, staring across the passage at each other. Kloss stepped closer, but with each new step, he felt a fear growing inside of him. As he reached the cats, the feeling of dread became overwhelming. He stopped, dead in his tracks. What is it? Why'd you stop? I don't know. I can't explain it. We shouldn't go any further. Doc, suck it up. Go on now. I can't. Something's not right. Out of my way. Never send a scientist to do an agent's job. Chen marched forward to Kloss, adamant to get past the two cats. He abruptly stopped, side by side with Kloss. He turned to face him. Maybe we leave this one to the workers. Kloss nodded as both men returned down the passage they had come.
Do you see now? The cats. The ancient Egyptians worshipped them as gods. They bar the entrance to the Pharaoh.
There's certainly some kind of effect when you get near them. That's for sure. Chen, bring the arms in. Let's try a little experiment. Roger that. Kloss positioned the robotic arm before the first cat statue and adjusted it until the steel plate was in place. Once he was finished, he positioned the second robotic arm in front of the next cat. All right, let's try this again. Kloss slowly approached the cat statues once again, cautiously moving forward. He spun around. Bingo! Let's get in that tomb and see what other anomalous toys the Pharaoh has left us. Luke motioned for the workers to move ahead. Their reluctance soon passed when they reached the cat statues and found the resistance and fear had dissipated. They applied the crowbars and shovels to pry the tomb doors open. Having been shut for thousands of years wasn't doing them any favors. Eventually, one side started to shift. As they pulled the doors open, they found a small chamber filled with gold trinkets, statues, and other valuable items. Luke stepped in.
This is a chamber of wealth, but no sarcophagus. I suggest we remove everything back to the warehouse, where we can catalog it.
Agreed. Let's get out of here. I could use some fresh air. The men walked back out, past the robotic arms. Make sure nobody moves these arms.
Of course, Sayyid. It will be as you say. Dr. Kloss, Agent Chen, something has happened during the night. I'm not sure how to explain it. It's best you come with me.
They returned to the passage in the pyramid. In front of them, they could see the robotic arms still on guard in front of the cats. However, one of the arms was raised, its protective steel plate now above the cat. That wasn't the strangest part, however. In front of the exposed cat sat another brass cat. They were staring at each other. So now we got 3 cats? It would appear so. Luke, any idea what happened here?
None, Sayyid. The men had cleared the chamber by sundown yesterday. They reported nothing unusual.
All right, let's get that plate back in place and then crate each of those cats up separately. Make sure you only crate one at a time. Don't expose any of the cats to each other. We'll have a closer look back at the warehouse.
As you wish.
Still nothing, eh?
No, nothing, Sayyid.
Too bad we didn't have any security cameras set up. Chen, any ideas? Interdimensional rift? Spontaneous reproduction? You scientists, always miles ahead. Simple first. Bring all the men in from yesterday. Let's interrogate. Occam's razor. Good idea. Who's what now? Never mind. Luke, as Chen said, let's talk to the men.
As you wish.
Luke came walking back into the room, a look of confusion on his face. He stopped in front of Kloss. What is it? What's happened?
I did as you said, Sayyid. I rounded up all the men. But
what?
Omar, he appears to be missing. Nobody has seen him since last yesterday.
Told you so. Did you now? So, Omar's missing. What's your theory then? He moved the steel plate? Okay. And to what end? To steal the cat? Okay. So he moves the steel plate, steals the cat, and disappears off into the night. Sound about right? Yep. Like I said. Told you so, Doc. One small problem, Chen. Nobody stole the cat. It's still here. In fact, we have 3 now. Oh, right. Luke, uncrate one of the cats. Put it somewhere obvious in the warehouse and position a steel plate with a robotic arm in front of it.
As you wish, Sayyid. But I don't...
Trust me, and make sure the surveillance cameras are trained on that statue. The next morning, Luke came running to Kloss and Chen.
Sayyid, another cat. It has reproduced again. It is a gift from the old gods.
No gift, Luke. More like a curse. Check the men. I'll bet you right now another is missing. They made their way into Luke's office. The surveillance TV's on standby. Luke came back into the room.
As you said, Sayed, Ahmed is now missing.
Cue the footage from last night. I think that'll explain what happened.
What is? It's beautiful. Where is it from? Its eyes.
They are demanding eyes. Demanding. I cannot look away. I don't. Oh God. No, please no. It's demanding. It wants. It needs me. No, I won't.
When a pair of two SCP-531 statues are facing each other, they produce a powerful suggestive effect, preventing anyone passing between them. This is a psychological effect. No measurable physical force is generated. It is conjectured that this is the primary function of the statues, and in and of itself, this effect is harmless. If the line of sight between the two statues is broken, a more dangerous aspect of SCP-531's effects manifests itself. Observers will be drawn to meet the gaze of one of the orphan statues themselves. Once the gaze is met by an observer, he is unable to break eye contact without an effort of will beyond the capability of most people. The trapped individual will feel a mental pressure forcing him to crouch down so that his eyes are level with the statues. After several minutes in this pose, the subject's body begins to slowly stiffen and become heavier as a transmutation effect takes hold, converting the subject into a duplicate SCP-531 over the course of approximately 1 hour. The subject remains aware throughout the process, but will remain unable to break the statue's gaze. Once the physical transmutation has begun, there is no known way to halt or reverse it. The duplicate is an exact copy and produces the same effects as the original SCP-531 statues. It is unclear whether this duplicative effect was intended by whatever agency created the original SCP-531s, or if it is a side effect of the powerful link between the two statues.
The ancient Egyptians worshipped cats as gods, and rightfully so it would seem.
The next time your cat gazes deep into your eyes, into your very soul, beware, lest you become its partner forevermore.
As always, have a care and remember to subscribe, like, and share, if you would. Until next time, farewell.